Hello loves, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of my ancestor work practice right now without my full-blown ancestral altar that I usually have. So for those who don't know, I mentioned it in a couple of videos ago. I am currently at my future father-in-law's house, so we're going to be here for Ooh. We're going to be here for a couple of, I would say, a month and a half. We're here for like the holidays and everything. And me and Babe are also in the process of like moving, so there's just like a lot going on. But because of that, my ancestral altar is mainly in storage, so I don't have everything here. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm doing my ancestor work. A very minimalistic ancestral kind of practice on our everyday. And the first thing that we have to talk about before we get into why I'm just like doing a designated kind of candle work for them. The first piece of doing ancestor work when you don't have an ancestral altar is yourself. If you don't have your ancestral altar and you're still doing ancestral work, you should be doing prayers daily, but you should also be taking care of yourself. Why is that? Because we are carrying our ancestors' blood. We are carrying the bloodline. So the way that we take care of ourselves during that time, we are the altar. We become the altar. We're always the altar, to be honest, but we become the altar, and our maintenance of our own self-care and self-work is that ancestral altar. Especially when you're traveling, especially when you're like on the go, or you're not necessarily like in your home yet and you don't have that set up, that designated space set up. You are your ancestors. You are walking with them. You are carrying the bloodline. Therefore, the way that you take care of yourself during that time is really, really important. So your self-care and your self-love practice comes into play for that. You need to make sure you're taking care of yourself, you're healing, that you're doing protection work, that you're treating yourself as your own altar. And for those who don't have like a personal altar or like your working altar and stuff like that, because there's just so many different types of altars that you can do and have, it's important to understand your power, yourself, what you bring to the table, and ultimately, kind of get clear on what it is that your practice is going to look like when you're taking care of yourself, when you don't have your full designated altar. The other thing that you guys need to understand is that obviously your ancestors know that you don't have your full-blown altar right now. For some people, you don't need to have an actual physical altar. You guys know I like working nature spirits are like my favorite to work with personally, and I like to do a lot of my ancestral altars in nature. That's another thing that I like to do. It doesn't always have to look the more modern traditional way of kind of doing things ancestrally. Sometimes I'll just do an ancestor altar in nature, or I'll just use literally all nature-based tools and keep it very, very minimal. It doesn't always have to look very, very like you have to get candles and all of these things and that, or even picture frames or stuff like that. You are your working altar. You don't necessarily need all of that when you're kind of not necessarily in your home space. So taking care of yourself, making sure you're practicing self-care, and if you want to take that step into honoring them, there's different ways to go about it. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm also working like tea lights for all of my spirits, instead of full-blown candles, because I don't have my full-blown altar. So I'll just have like that white tea light, and then I will, just designate it to whichever spirit I'm just honoring or giving some love and some space to for that time, because again, I don't have my altars right now, so I don't have my altar room, so I can't just go off. So my practice is more minimalized, but the intention is still there, the love is still there. So I'll just get the smaller candles, and for my ancestors, I'll have like one of these type of candles where I'll just work this type of candle for the next week or week and a half, however long it lasts. And the reason why I say that a week and a half is because I would turn this off before I go to sleep, and I will turn it on, and this will work as like my offertory candle of like, hey ancestors, thank you for being in this space with me. And it'll be very minimal, so where I'm like home, because you guys know I work from home because So when I'm home doing all the work that I need to do, this will be lit and I will have it as an offertory thing within my altar space. So it kind of, it works its purpose that way. So now I'm going to show you guys how I'm fixing this candle for my ancestors. It's very simple to do. You don't need like a bunch of ingredients, but you guys know I'm extra, so that's what we're going to do. And yeah, and I'm going to kind of show you a little bit of how I set up my kind of on the go kind of altar, where I can literally, I take it apart every single night, put everything away, and in the morning I'll just put everything back and work it throughout the day. And then while I'm sleeping, you know, I'm still working my prayers and working everything else, and I'm still like I'm still doing the thing that I need to be doing. But yes, these babies, they come in handy. And getting like, whether it be like a smaller sort of candle that you can like just work through, or even if you wanted to get the 7-day and just turn it on and off like in the day and in the night, you could do that as well. I just wanted to have, I didn't want it to be so like spacious, so tall, and for it to stand out. This is something that like, oh, people see, or like if anybody's walking in that, like maybe I'm in the bathroom or I don't expect somebody to walk in with visitors, this just looks like a whole, you know, Bath and Body Works candle or something. Like it's just a regular old candle, but I'm going to be fixing it. So, because you know I'm extra. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go from there. So yeah, I hope that you guys are enjoying this video so far. So let's get started. Okay, hello and welcome. So this is how my working altar looks like right now. Couple things. One, I brought the money bowl over here because I'm burning a money candle right here. And this is a self-love candle. I know you could barely see the flame, but that's because the sunlight, like the way that the sunlight is coming in, it's just kind of like drowning it out in the light. So yeah, one of the things that you will notice right away about my altar space, I have the white cloth, I have crystals around it. That's just to amplify the energy. This is gonna be my ancestral candle, which I like to put in the middle. And what I'm gonna do, if you noticed already, I have a sigil in there. I like to do sigils on the top of my candles for my ancestral candles. So I made a specific sigil for my ancestors for a specific thing. So that's what you guys see right there. Definitely get into the habit of making your own sigils for your ancestors. They come in handy and you can do like so much with it. Okay, so for the herbs that we're going to be using, we have clove in here, rosemary, we have achiote, we have chamomile, we have oregano. The different specific things are because I have some ancestors that prefer certain things over the other. So the achiote is for my Taino ancestors, chamomile's for my grandma, she loves chamomile. Rosemary, like there's different levels for things. Rosemary for protection, oregano for protection as well. So these are all going in here, and I'm gonna activate it as I go. I'm gonna like move it around, but I'm just gonna put all the ingredients there because I only have one hand right now. I'm working with one hand right now, so we're doing what we can. I'm also gonna be adding pumpkin spice because you guys know it has everything that you need, like cinnamon, ginger for success, nutmeg, like all of the things. And my ancestors really love cinnamon. They love all of the spices in here, actually. Just trust me, they love all the spices in there. I work with it regularly. I'm gonna add some sea salt for cleansing. I'm gonna add some cascarilla powder for purification. I'm gonna do that. Okay. And I'm gonna add some calendula for not only protection, but for some psychic work, specifically, sorry, my heater's like singing to me right now, specifically with prophetic dreaming, because you guys know I do a lot of prophetic dreaming, especially with my ancestors, so I like to add those herbs in there. So now I'm just going to mix this. I'm going to mix this with my finger, and I'm going to activate it at the same time, and I'm just going to be going clockwise. So I will be back. I'm going to be praying over it. So now it's fixed. I blessed it. I prayed over it. I called on my ancestors for this candle. I dedicated it to them. I have 4 cloves in there. When it comes to my ancestors, I work in 4s because I'm working with the 4 directions specifically. You guys know I'm native, so the 4 directions are part of our belief system within Taino spirituality, Taino spiritismo. So yeah, so I have the 4 cloves in there, and basically everything's very well mixed together. Now I'm just gonna add some oils, and I've been kind of like, ever since I did my money bowl and I added all 4, I mean all 3 oils, I'm gonna do so again just because why not. First I'm going to start off with the love oil because I want to send my ancestors some love, and this oil is absolutely divine and amazing and just smells like absolute amazingness. I'm like in love. It just smells like strawberries. I'm in love. I'm in love. I already have, like, I ordered the backup because you guys see how much I've used already. Like, look at it. I've used, like, I'm almost to the half point, and it's because I've been using it on my hair, because I like putting intention oils on my hair, especially for glamour magic, especially for like all the works that I do. So your girl's not playing around, so I use this a lot. I've been going through the rollerball. I guess it's just such a great oil. The prosperity oil as well from Millennium Sage. I'll have it linked down below for anybody who is interested in getting it from Stassi's website. Prosperity oil to bring prosperity, success to the bloodline, because we're not playing games. And the vampire blood power oil. This is a power oil, so it's meant to add power to your spell. So it's like an all-purpose oil to amplify the intention. So we're gonna add some of that juju in there. And I cannot get over how this one smells like incense. It's just so, oh my god, it smells so good. It smells so good. Her blends are really, really nice. Her essential oil blends are really, really nice. So now that we have all of the oils in there, I'm gonna go ahead and light it. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Let me just grab, where's my lighter? I gotta find my lighter, hold on. So we're gonna go ahead and light the candle. I already cut the wick down earlier, so it's good to go. And it's just gonna sit on my altar space, just like this. This is like literally my makeshift altar space. And when I am ready at the night to turn it off, I'll just put the cap on and it will, you know, close it off. And then I will pray over it again in the morning. I'll have some incense going for my ancestors. That's what's going on over here right now. These 3 candles that are going on for my other spirits, and they're going on for protection. So yeah, so I will relight it, and if anything I'll add a couple more drops of oil. I've been doing that with these babies over here, and they've been burning really, really sweet, and the energy has been really amazing. And then yeah, once I am ready to relight it tomorrow, I'll just pray over it, maybe add a little oil if I'm called to, and just relight it and then go about my work day. So yeah, so I hope that this made sense. I hope that you guys got, you know, some ideas of how to work your ancestral altar, especially like maybe you don't live in if you live in a house you can't do much. You can definitely do this if you're in the house. You can kind of work tea light candles. That's something I'm doing right now with these babies. These babies are like, they're the ones I'm working with right now when it comes to my other spirits. I'm just honoring by giving them a tea light. You know, it burns really quickly. It doesn't take too much time or effort or anything like that. And yeah, also before I go, if you guys notice, I put my PayPal business debit card in there in my money bowl, because why not? So yeah, you can work your money bowl in different ways. It's like a little mini follow-up on the money bowl. Work it in different ways, add things as you go along. You can add and remove. If you need a quarter, take a quarter. If you want to add a dollar, whatever it is, and then go from there. One of the other things that I like to do with my ancestral candles is to read the flame and the sounds and stuff like that. My ancestors will be talking to me through it as well throughout the day. So I'll just be home and I'll be hearing like certain things, and I'll pay attention. So maybe if I'm having a conversation or having a reading and then it'll crackle at a certain word or something like that, I'll know like what it means. Like I'll just get that download and that message as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole shebang. I hope that this made sense. I hope that this brought some clarity. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something new. I will definitely see you loves in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. The link for that will be down below. I will definitely see you loves in the next video. You have a very beautiful day. Bye.